Welcome back to this Pokemon Emerald walkthrough. In the last part we got the Heat Badge after defeating Flannery, and in this part we will head into the desert on Route 111 now that May has given us the Go Goggles. Now that we have the Heat Badge we can use Strength outside of battle, and therefore we will first take a little detour into the fiery path before going into the desert. Halfway down the path you can move around some boulders, and that will clear a path to some useful items. The first item is Team 06 Toxic. This move will badly poison the target, causing it to lose more HP with each turn it is poisoned. Down here you can pick up the Fire Stone. This will evolve certain fire type Pokemon, but in the main part of this game you can only use it on one Pokemon. Now we will head into the desert. When you enter the desert for the first time you will see the Mirage Tower. If the tower is not here you can exit the route and come back in. There's about a 50% chance that the tower will be here when you enter the route. It is optional to explore the tower, but there are 2 fossils to be found at the top of the tower, so it is worth checking out. You must have the Mach Bike with you when you explore the tower, and you need a Pokemon that knows Rock Smash. The cracked floor tiles can only be crossed using the Mach Bike, and you have to be quick on your fingers to avoid stopping against a rock or the wall and fall through the floor. At the top of the tower you can choose between 2 fossils, and you can later resurrect the fossil you chose into a Pokemon. The Claw fossil can be resurrected into Anorith, a dual rock bug type. Raising this Pokemon takes time and patience, and you have to wait until level 40 for Anorith to evolve into Armaldo. You won't be able to exploit its bug typing in this generation, but there are several physical attacks of other types available for it: Earthquake, Iron Tail and Brick Break to name a few. The Root fossil can be resurrected into Lileep, a dual rock grass type. Lileep and its evolution Cradily have stats and move pools designed for stalling and annoying their foes, with moves like Ingrain, Confuse Ray and Amnesia. It is not as offensive as Anorith, but it doesn't need to be. Being so relentless, Lileep can be a valuable support for the rest of your team, and when used properly, it can give you plenty of time to revive and heal up your other Pokemon if necessary. Once you pick up one of the fossils, the tower will begin to shake, and eventually it will collapse into the sand, taking the other fossil with it. You won't be able to get the other fossil until after you have defeated the Elite Four. In the desert there are other new Pokemon to catch. Sandshrew is a pure ground type with both good attack and defense. In addition to the ground type attacks in its move pool, you can also teach it some good rock type attacks. It lacks heavily in special defense though, so you have to be careful against mixed attackers. The real treasure for some players in the desert is Trapinch. It's slow and sluggish but packs quite a wallop on the physical side. When it evolves into Vibra at level 35, it becomes a dual ground dragon type, and it gains Levitate as its ability along with a drastic increase in speed. At level 45 it will evolve into Flygon, and by now it will have a rich move pool with moves like Earthquake, Flamethrower and Dragonclaw, as well as good stats in all categories. Cacnea is the pure grass type and it doesn't have much going for it early on in terms of moves, but after it evolves into Cacturn at level 32 and becomes a dual grass dark type, it gets much better. Its stats make it a mixed attacker, which isn't all that useful in this generation since most of its moves are special based. In short, with Cacturn you will have a strong grass type with immunity to psychic types and you won't regret putting the effort in to raise it. Voltoy is a dual ground psychic type. It's mostly a defensive wall, but it can just as well be used to do some damage to your opponents, especially after it evolves into the spaceship Light Claydol at level 36. It does have several weaknesses, water, dark and grass to name a few, so even if it's a defensive wall, it's an easy to break wall. Notice these rock formations. We'll be coming back to those later in the game. Now we just have to go in an anti-clockwise direction through the desert and defeat the remaining trainers.